right. It's another Talks with JMT. I'm here. Just got out of my studies and everything's still going well. Cheers to everybody out there in the land. Shout out to everybody that watches my YouTube JMT1. Shout out to Dr. Mark Anthony. Shout out to Shannon Mackey. Shout out to Excellence Key Trey. Of course, my NASA chick, the God sent NASA chick. Shout out to her. Of course, we're doing very, very well. Very, very well. Oh man, just here, you know, chilling. I got my work cut out for me. It's some really good tea, man. Lemon brisk iced tea. It's not good for you. It's good because it's got corn syrup in it. But you know, every now and again, I spoil myself with a nice little drink. Yeah, fuck it, man. You know, a beverage is a fucking beverage, right? Anyways, oh man, wow, wow, yep. So keeping myself busy these days. Trying, anyways, to the best of my ability to keep myself very, very busy. Not very, very busy, but busy enough. Busy enough to know that I'm busy. Anyways, you know, drop your comments, man. You know, let me know a little something. We got some ideas for the JMT art style coming up real soon. Nice little lineup for you, man. Very, very good lineup for you. I can't tell you what it is. I'm just, you know, when I bring it out, you know, I have a nice little lineup for you. Nice lineup with the JMT art. Nice lineup with the Talks of JMT. After my studies, going to be coming out with something very, very special. Uploading it to YouTube. Something that I've been working on for quite some time. And I'm going to start uploading it to my YouTube. It's really going to be something. So you're not going to want to miss that. So, yeah, a nice lineup. Shout out to a special shout out to all of my friends who are not friends anymore. You know, may your projects be plentiful. May you be blessed. Hey, you know, things don't work out, man. You know, and people go their separate ways, man. It's a fact of life. It's a fact of life that isn't mentioned in the fact of life, but I'm mentioning it now. I'm mentioning it now. It should be in the facts of life. Yeah, you're gonna lose friends, but then there's another factor. You can walk around thinking that you have friends, and you never had friends. So that painful factor, it's like when you're young, you want friends, man. Everybody wants friends. Who doesn't want friends, man? But when you're young, you have to have friends because, man, when you're young and I have friends, like, whoa. It's like, whoa. Like, I don't have any friends. Like, wow. You have no friends. It's like, wow. But then when you look back on retrospect, how many of those friends were really friends? You see what I'm saying? So, but now, it's like, man, I don't really know if I want friends anymore. So I don't know. Keep the friends that you do have. Hold on to who you have for dear life. But when you lose them, hey man, people go their separate ways, man. You know, it's just like in middle school, more people were more social with a wide spread of people. But when high school started, a lot of people cut off a lot of other people. Said, I'm going this way, you know, and the friends that you had then are the friends that you don't have now. So they kind of like faded away. So when you get older, it's a lot like that again when you're older. And the older you get, the less friends you acquire, you know. It is a fact of life. You just have to put your mind on something else, man, and get your life has to be involved with something else other than dwelling on uh, that. You have to do what's called move on. You got to move on. You got to move on. Here's to moving on. That's a damn good tea, man. Damn. Oh, yeah. I should fucking go work out. But I just got out of my studies. You know, I have to bust it open and study it some more to stay on top of it. I mentioned in my other video, if you got plans, don't be telling everybody your plans. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. All right, you can tell the crickets. You can tell the crickets because they're gonna sing, but in their song that they sing, they won't mention your plans. Trust me. Tell the crickets your plans. You'll see. Then you'll believe. They will not tell your plans. And we know that Jiminy Cricket, he talked, but he won't share your plans. Even though he can speak and talk, he will not share your plans. So tell the crickets your plans, and they will not tell. They will not tell your secrets. Like Alicia Keys. I won't tell your secrets. Same thing with Jiminy Cricket. Jiminy Cricket will not tell your secrets. Not only that, any other cricket besides Jiminy Cricket, doesn't have to be Jiminy Cricket, tell the crickets your plans other than people, and they will not tell your plans. You tell the people, though, you got to worry about somebody, you know, taking you down. They'll take you down. They will take you down. They will. They will. You know. And you know, if they take you down based off of you revealing your plan, and they let you know, that's for example. I mean, 9 times out of 10, nobody's gonna let you know. But if they are to let you know that they were the ones that took you down based off of the information of your plans, if they tell you Don't get all in a mad, bloody rage, and F this and F that, man. You ain't even got to do that, man. Just relax, man, and tell them, say, you know what? Hey, you did the right thing, man. You did the right thing. You did the right thing, man. You did the right thing. Fuck them up by just fucking acting like you don't even give a damn, man. Of course you give a damn, but, you know. And then go back to the drawing board and say, hey, look, don't tell your motherfucking plans, you know. Do not tell your motherfucking plans to no one. I mean, tell them to the people that you trust. If you have a circle of people, make sure it's a very small circle of people. And make sure that those people are genuine if you are going to share your plans. And, don't tell anyone else. Don't tell anybody anything. And if you're suspicious of someone, then give them misdirection. Write up a plan. Your plan, which is the actual plan, and then give them a plan that will take them off in left field. While they're in left field, you're moving forward with the actual plan. Make up a plan for them. I'm doing this, man. I mean, I'm doing this. You're really doing that, but you're telling them, hey, man, I'm doing this right here. Oh, okay, cool. But you're not doing what you told them you're doing. You're doing something else. You're keeping that to yourself and moving forward. It's fucked up that you have to do things like that and plan like that and be like that. But, hey, this is the world that we live in. This is the world that we live in. And then you got these motivators. How are you motivating and you're talking shit? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Where is the motivation in someone talking shit? You're just lazy. If you can't wake up 5 a.m., you're just a bitch. And they call that motivation. I don't get it. I know the military, they have to give orders and demand orders and shit like that. Okay, fine. But even that comes to an extent where someone has to show respect. They respected the fact that they served and everything. I've never served. I wanted to serve, but I at the time, I kept missing it by a couple of points. That's another thing. We've had people out here turn a blind eye, man. Hey, man, we're just gonna go ahead and give you the extra points and look the other way. We're gonna look the other way and act like we don't know anything. But nobody looked out for me like that. Nobody looked out for me like that. Nobody. Hey, check this out. I feel like Marlon Brando many times in my life. In the movie on the waterfront, I believe it is, where he's riding in a limo, and I can't remember who he's talking to, but he's talking to somebody, man. I can't put my mind on who he was having the conversation with, but Marlon Brando was having the conversation with someone. I mean, it's actually, I don't think it's his father, but that's a conversation that someone could have with their father. I don't know, but anyways, Marlon Brando says, "This is why didn't you back me? I could have been a contender. But let's face it, I'm just a bum. More times in my life, I have felt just like that line from On the Waterfront. Is it On the Waterfront? I think it's On the Waterfront. He says, why didn't you back me? I could have been a contender, but let's face it, I'm just a bum. You know, that's why I'm so glad I don't got kids, man, because I would seriously have a problem with if I had a kid out here going through the same thing that I'm going through. I just wouldn't know what to do. So I think maybe God knows my heart, and He granted me that. He granted me that in which um, I don't have kids because my heart would break knowing that they would be out here and have to, be out here the same way that I'm out here. So, but then, see, life is a funny way of serving you things, because the people that don't give a damn about what happens to their kids and what their kids got to go through in life, they have kids. They end up having kids. Someone who does care about what's going on in their kids' life, their heart would break if their kid had to get out here and slave and do all this other shit. Those people you find never have kids. It's one of those fucked up things about life. The things that you want in life. Well, not that I want kids, but I hope you get what I'm saying. If you're a like-minded individual, you'll get exactly what I'm saying. You know. And if not, you'll get it someday. Trust me, you will. 17 minutes. 17 motherfucking minutes. Oh, man. Yeah. You know, I'm trying to find. I came across when I was in college. On my break, I would, I would in college. I'd go to the library and study, and I go to this other like place that wasn't really a library, but it was like a library suit, like I don't know, library suit. They had computers in there or whatever. So I would go on the computer, and on my, I give myself lots of breaks in college. So on my break, I found this one video, and I believe it was, I don't know, it was a documentary that went into another documentary. It was about the Great Depression of the 1930s, but then that went into another documentary on hard times, and it was this one guy. He was a black guy. He said that he was born in the South, and he had went up to Chicago, and things had got real bad for him. He had a small kid. His lady had left him and his son. So his lady had left him and his son, and he was hitting real hard times. And he said sometimes we just have hot dogs to eat, and other times him and his son had nothing to eat. And he said he called home and talked to his dad. He says, "Dad, things are really getting bad right now." He's like, I really need to come home. And then his father said, "Son, if I let you come home right now, I'll be taking care of you the rest of your life." And then he says, "Be a man." And he hung up on him. And that right there completely, it rubbed me. He's not even talking. I'm listening to his story, And it rubbed me the wrong way. And he's not even talking to me. I was pissed off for that young man. I felt all these horrible things for that young man. Here it is, your father tells you, if I let you come home now, I'll be taking care of you the rest of your life. Be a man. You know what? That that is a terrible excuse to not pitch in and help your own people, your fucking son. But he did, and this was a black guy, right? This was a black guy. I do not know what is wrong with black people. Two things I bang my head over. Who are the Jews and what's wrong with black people? Not that, okay, not that other people don't do it. It's probably a very low percentage of people outside of black people that play their kids like that. Let's see it for what it is, man. I mean, it's like your kid tells you that they hit hard times and they need to come home to regroup. They need to come home to build something and get back on their feet. And he says, if I let you come home right now, I'll be taking care of you the rest of your life. Told him to be a man. If he has anything to do with his father after that, he's a damn fool. But this is the world that we live in, man. This is the world that we live in. And it's like, wow, if you're spiritually dead, then yes, sure. Tell or say anything. Feel nothing for it, no one. But from a spiritual aspect, especially when you want to talk about God, how can you walk around and have a sense of God, but turn around and tell your son something like that? Now, I don't know who his father was. This was like a documentary, and I cannot find that documentary to save my life. But I found it in college, and I'll never forget. He said, Dad, I need to come home. He said, son, if I let you come home now, I'll be taking care of you the rest of your life. Be a man. And hung up on him. Hung up on him before he could even come with anything else. Click. The cruelty of mankind is not going to stop, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Take it for what you will, man. I'm going to continue this one in the next Talks with JMT. This is Talks with JMT 23. Take care of yourselves and each other.